About a month ago, I made a Daphne analysis in which I talked about all the cultural influences that went into creating her character. Specifically, I talked about her connections to Veronica and Scooby-Doo's ties to the 1968 Archie's Cartoon. For the purposes of researching that video, I watched a few episodes of the show. I also included a few clips from the show in the video as background visuals. In total, I used maybe 30 seconds, almost all of it muted, which kind of killed me to do, because that show's special. For the purposes of keeping my Daphne video streamlined, I made the decision to cut all comments I had for that show and to make this separate standalone video in which I just sort of talk about it in a looser, unstructured way, because this show is, as I said before, special. This is going to be a shorter video. I don't really have a thesis. I just want to look at a couple of wacky episodes from an old cartoon and make a few dumb jokes. If you're looking for more analytical stuff, I recommend skipping this video and coming back next Sunday. I have a lengthy Scooby-Doo Samurai Sword analysis coming out that day. But until then, The Archie Show.
After the theme song that is so good that they probably spent 5 whole minutes writing it.
Archie's here, Betty's here, Veronica too, Reggie's here.
We get this weird scene with Archie. It's one of those scenes where a character breaks the fourth wall to give you a preview of what the episode's going to be about.
Uncle Scooby, coming up next, we've got lots of fun.
Yeah, fun.
And excitement.
Oh, boy.
And danger.
Oh, no.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Stay tuned.
These scenes have always been a little weird to me, but this one in particular is quite off-putting just because of how vague it is.
Hi, gang. Got any ideas on how to raise some quick cash? Well, stick around. We may need them.
Just what do you mean by that, Archie? Why are you asking the children watching this advice on how to get money? Okay, well, let's see. This is the pilot episode, so surely they'll introduce all the characters and explain all the dynamics, right? Okay, we start with a house violently shaking, and they're just absolutely jamming to this music, which is understandable. Who doesn't love good generic instrumental music? Okay, cool. Yep, they sure are dancing. Okay, do you want to introduce any characters?
Boy, I wish teenagers would bring back the waltz.
Oh good, the dog's talking now. Well, no, we can just hear his thoughts.
He got her attention all right, but he did go a little overboard.
I didn't see that. I did not see that.
I bet if you wanted to sum all this up, you could say beauty is only fur deep.
Also, apparently whenever he thinks something, all the ambient noise shuts off. May I remind you that this is the pilot episode, and the first character to have a line in the narrative is a dog. And then they shake the house so badly that Hot Dog flies out the second floor window and back into the house, enraging Archie's dad.
Archie!
Archie's dad yells at them, but Archie explains that they are brainstorming ways to get money. Archie's dad then tells them the easy way to get money is to get a job, like an adult. Wait, sorry, I made a mistake. He says this.
Raise some money? Why don't you do it the easy way? On some far-off island?
You know, like most parents say. Go to a remote island to make money. I can't count the times my dad has said to me, "Son, what are you doing in civilization? Go, set sail, make your fortunes on some island. I did, and my father before me did." So they do that. Setting sail for some island, and their plan to make money through this process is this.
I'll swim out to one of the wrecks and see if I can find anything of value.
Also, the place they went to find all this treasure is...
Ahoy, crew! Land ahead! It's Shipwreck Island!
Okay, so I'm not saying that they couldn't make money through this plan, but, like, Archiekins, that's called grave robbing, is generally frowned upon. Whatever, they arrive at the luxurious Shipwreck Island, and while casting out anchor, Jughead almost drowns.
Uh-oh. Easy does it, boy. Whoop. Down leg.
Hey, wait a second. I recognize that voice. If you don't, it's probably because you don't watch as many crappy cartoons as I do. But that's the voice of Howard Morris, a prolific voice actor who has done hundreds of bit parts for different cartoons. He is probably most famous for his role as Wade the Duck on Garfield and Friends.
Wade! Who waited? You gotta come over here, man, and scope this out. What is it? You won't believe it, man. Believe what? This bug I found. A bug!
But when I hear him, I think of Bogle of the 13 Ghosts, because he's basically doing the same voice.
Hey, Weird! How's the stuff in these tanks gonna ruin the Pico Rivera Rose Petal Parade?
Uh-oh, there's the phone. Oh, hi, Arch. You wanna buy a smart dog?
But, why is he doing the same voice? He has a decent amount of range. Bogle is a small comic relief character. It's okay if his voice is a little annoying, but Jughead is one of the 5 leads. Why did the director want him to sound like that? In fact, why are they all so annoying? Here, let me give you a little sampling.
Yeah, thank you. What a groovy dancer. Groovy.
Golly, I'd better get ready for the talent show.
Are you all right, hot dog?
It's this way, Mr. Weatherby. I've been working on doing some imitations for the school talent show.
The actors are doing what I would call cartoon voices, where instead of giving natural performances, they are trying to do over-the-top character performances that, in this case, sound really annoying. Cartoon voices can work in some situations if the performer has good direction, but it definitely doesn't work here. Oops, sorry, I got distracted with voice actors and I missed a minute. What's happening now?
Romeo just wanted in on the act.
Come on, girls. Let's leave the charming couple alone.
What? I've been gone for 1 minute. How did we get here? Okay, Reggie is jealous about how the girls are fawning over Archie, so he dresses up like a straw monster.
Here, this dried out grass should do the trick. Now to toss a chill down the girls' spines.
But then Reggie gets stuck in the costume right as a real straw monster shows up, but this one's a girl and starts chasing Reggie. Archie shows up and decides the problem can be solved by playing the drums.
Well, they say that music soothes the savage beast. We'll give it a try.
This works, but then a big masculine straw creature shows up and beats up Reggie. Okay, we're caught up. That was an absolutely wild minute. Can I remind you, we're actually only 6 minutes into the pilot episode, and already they have discovered a, here till now, undiscovered humanoid straw creature species. Okay, cool. Where is this story going to take us next? Okay, they go back to their high school and pull a King Kong.
Presenting Reggie Mantle and his newly discovered Mod Monsters.
Cool. Of course they do. Because I believe the message of that movie was definitely, it's a good idea to take King Kong out of his natural environment to make him perform on stage for profit. Cool, that plotline is over. Now they want to teach me how to dance. Which is great, because as you can imagine, I'm not that much of a dancer.
Look, kids, it's just about time for the Archie Dance of the Week. In just a few moments, the gang and I will show you another brand new groovy dance step that you can all watch and learn. So, don't go away. And now, a brand new dance to watch and learn. The Bubble Gum.
Make a little bitty circle with your fingers. Make a little bigger circle with your hands. Make an even bigger circle with your arms now. Are you starting to understand how to do the bubble gum? The bubble gum. Do the bubble gum.
Wow, that was terrible. Let's never speak of this again. Then they play their own original music, in a void.
My heart went bang, shang-a-lang, bang, shang-a-lang, bang, shang-a-lang, bang, bang. My heart went bang, shang-a-lang, bang, shang-a-lang, bang, shang-a-lang.
It's terrible. Moving on.
Hi, how's about dropping in on Riverdale High? We're gonna have a talent show at today's assembly.
So Archie does know how to give an introduction that doesn't seem super shady. That's cool. For our talent show, Betty's going to sing, Veronica's going to recite a poem, and Reggie's going to recite a monologue dressed like this. I have a sudden urge to skip this. In this segment, Jughead is trying to invent a formula that will make food bigger, but accidentally invents invisibility paint.
You haven't invented a food enlarger. You've created an invisible paint.
As is easy to do. But wouldn't you know it, prankster Reggie steals the paint and starts going around with it, making students disappear. But to be clear, they're physically still there, they're just invisible. This is important because there's a running gag where, to hide what's going on from Mr. Weatherby, they keep mashing together so it looks like they're one whole person. I assume the mechanics of this look something like this. So I gotta say, boy, they sure are comfortable with getting into each other's personal space. This bit ends with Jughead doing to Reggie what I wanted to happen to him the whole time, and what should happen to him in every segment.
Oh, cut that out! Stop! Hey, watch it!
Also, Weatherby's mind has been completely shattered. There is no resolution to that.
Oh, no. Can't be. Nurse!
Oh, would you look at that? Jughead painted Archie's car. Oh, you silly Jughead, you. And the moral of this segment was, well, moving right along, I think we have time for one more episode. Okay, so this segment is pretty weak. Apparently, Veronica has really gotten into chivalry, so Reggie challenges Archie to a duel for the hand of Veronica.
Hey, what's this? Sir Archie, I hereby challenge you to a jousting duel. To the winner goes Maiden Veronica's hand. Signed, Sir Reggie. P.S. May the best man win. P.S.S. And that means me, signed Sir Reggie. Oh, yeah? Well, we'll just see about that.
Archie loses and puts on a suit of armor and rides a horse to try and get a rematch. Then the rest of the segment is just running around on a horse. I have little to say about this. So let's talk about Reggie for a bit. Why is he always around? Like, Archie and Jughead unambiguously hate him. Betty seems to find him greatly annoying. And Veronica is perhaps the most interested in him, but spends most of her time crushing on Archie. And when he is around, he spends most of the time pranking them. Like, you could just not invite him over, Archie. You know that, right? Right? Archie's a very simple-minded person. It's possible a thought never occurred to him. The dance Jughead teaches me this week really stretches the definition of dance.
And now, a brand new dance to watch and learn. The Jughead.
Do the Jughead. Do the Jughead. Close your eyes that way like you're half asleep. Do the Jughead. Do the Jughead. Hardly move your body while you shuffle your feet.
I don't know of any other dances where one of the steps is to hardly move your body. The song this week is a bit better. All of the Archie's music is a little bit more bubblegum than I'm really into, but this one at least sounds like a real song.
Rumor has it that Reggie is entering a beauty contest. I always knew he was conceited, but I never thought he'd go that far.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be a real winner of a segment. So it turns out that actually Reggie is entering his dog into a contest, and Jughead is unnecessarily judgmental of his dog.
Atta girl, Foo-Foo!
Foo-foo-fogey.
Also, side note, this segment gives us a good idea of what passed for insults back in the 60s.
Wise apple, have you flipped your cool, Reg? What makes you think she's such a cinch to win, Clyde?
Now get this, Sam.
I'm not gonna lie, half of these are just calling people by random banal names. Apparently that passed as an insult back then. The reason for Jughead being so judgmental of Reggie's dog is because he's proud of his dog, so thinks that Hot Dog could do better.
Not bad, Reg, but she wouldn't have a chance if I entered Hot Dog in the show.
Which, I mean, that makes sense. And on this channel, we're not going to make fun of people who love their pets. But things get really weird when everyone else wants Hot Dog to beat Reggie's dog in the dog show.
I'd sure like to see Hot Dog win that dog show.
Yeah, so would I.
I'm afraid Hot Dog would need more time to prepare for it, though.
Heck, nothing is impossible. We'll start preparing him now.
We'll pitch in and help.
And I know I just spent a paragraph talking about how Reggie sucks and that no one in the friend group seems to like him, and how it doesn't make sense that they keep spending time with him, but that shouldn't extend to his dog. Why do they all have grudges against his dog? Foo-Foo seems like a lovely dog. But everyone teams up to try and get Hot Dog to win the contest, entirely out of spite. At the dog contest, while performing, Foo-Foo loses control of the ball she's bouncing on, and we get our biggest stakes yet. She might roll over into a punch bowl.
Oh my god!
And get punch all over her. But luckily, Hot Dog dives in and saves her from getting punch on her. But then, Hot Dog falls into the punch bowl.
Oh, Hot Dog!
Woe is me! All is lost! But then, Hot Dog gets a medal due to his bravery. End of episode.
Everything's Archie.
Okay. That's enough Archie for today. Was that interesting? I hope so. I really don't know. I just kind of wanted to share the show with you guys. Is it good? I don't know. I mean, it's a kid's show. 2 episodes were plenty for me. But, I don't know, perhaps if you're a huge Archie fan, you'll get a real kick out of it. If you're interested, all 17 episodes of the first season have been uploaded in full to YouTube. I've linked a playlist in the description. I wouldn't consider it a classic, but I had fun with the episodes I did watch, and it could be delightfully surreal at times. Okay, that's all I wrote this time. Goodbye, and I hope to see you this Sunday with my longer Scooby-Doo video. Bye for now.